Welcome to this month's newsletter. Today is September 30th. We're looking at the Nifty. There was quite a nice down move here. The main thing to notice now is that we are sitting on support. If you look at this range, it has acted as resistance. So at this point, if you see, we should be acting as support, and which it is. To get more confirmation, you look at the weekly charts and notice that we are sitting on the Kijun right here. So strong move down, but at this point the weekly charts are still bullish. So the longer term trend is still bullish. So at this point, if the bulls support the market, then we could consolidate probably and start the next leg higher. There were plenty of opportunities to go short on individual stocks, but at this point I will not want to short the market. If you have short positions, especially with the breakdown down here, and the Chicago breaking down below these candles with strong momentum. If you have those profits, you should have taken them on support here. If you haven't, at least now you should definitely be getting rid of a lot of your short position because we are sitting on support. Looking at some questions that people send. Walk Pharma. Walk Pharma, if I look at the weekly charts, they are near support. This is a support area, so I would not want to short it at this point. Definitely should have zoom in. Yeah, I mean, this one could go lower, but it is sitting on support. So the right point to short here would have been back here when it broke the Kijun, or even here when the broke the. That would be a quick gain though, because you realize that this is support. It has bottomed in this area 3 times before. So if you shorted it back here when the Chicago broke below these candles, this should have been a quick target. Yes Bank. Yes Bank was a disaster here, which the signs, if you knew Ichimoku, you could have shorted it back here when the Chicago broke down below price and they had a Kumo break. This was a nice place to short it, and you could have been rewarded really nice for that. Adani Power. Adani Power is still it's holding on the Seneca B of the Kumo. So let's look at the weekly charts, see what the weekly picture is. Here's the weekly picture. Chicago inside these in a congestion zone here. This one potentially could bottom out tomorrow, this week on the Kijun. So I would want to see the Chicago close below these candles before I start shorting it again. So it is bearish on the weekly charts, so you would want to play it bearish on the daily charts too. So if it closes back below here, you might want to short it with this as a target. RCOM, again, RCOM weekly. This is what people notice. I mean, they say, I mean, it's Kumo broke up on the daily, and why did it fail here? There's obviously nothing there. Well, you do have this resistance area, but a simple glance even at the weekly would have told you why it's failing there. You have a flat Kijun which acts as resistance, so that would have done it. But again, notice that we are sitting here in this zone of support. Would not want to short here, but if they bacon close below these lows, then that might offer you more shorting opportunities. Hindustan Unilever. This one is sitting nicely on the Kijun on the weekly, which is very important because if you look at the daily, it has broken below the cloud and it seems to be forming this junky congestion area. A lot of trading back and forth, but the picture is really made clear on the weekly. All they did is now test the weekly Kijun. I would be looking for buying opportunities on Hindustan Unilever once they start going back above the weekly Tenkan here. So that would be a nice buying area. And last one, let's look at Rolta. This one was a nice short, as the Chicago, you knew it was primarily bearish on the daily as well as the weekly. It's coming down, Chicago breaking out to the downside. This was a nice area to be shorted or bought some puts on at about 33 level. Really nice move down, almost 100% profits there. So they had, in fact, this one gave really good opportunities even back here. Here's a Chicago breakout that we teach, Chicago breakout strategy that we teach in the course. You would have shorted it back here for a nice move down, potentially taking some profits here and finally getting out of your position here. So those are some of the things. We are coming up with a new Ichimoku course here in the next month in October. I will announce the date, so be tuned for that. That'll be it.